Huge moves again by Manchester United. Are we surprised in the transfer market? That's all that's happening these days. Like literally, Manchester United are keeping Sky Sports News in business. Lenny Yoro officially bid accepted. This happened earlier on today. Manchester United are in a position now where the bid is in place. Happy with Lille. They're happy with United. But Lenny Yoro has got a massive decision to make. He's undecided. I'm going to talk about the options, what's going on, what's been reported since that news came out about Manchester United's bid with Lenny Yoro as well. We've got updates on Greenwood and Sancho as well, moving forward with that. And what does this mean for Gerard Branthwaite and the bid for Manchester United? Is it scare tactics for Manchester United to make Everton pay attention? Like, no one else is bidding for your player. You may lose out. What do we think of it? Of course, I want to get your comments in the live chat, guys. We're live every single day, 8 a.m, 12 o'clock, 6:30. Every single day. Today's 6 o'clock, a little bit earlier because of the Euros. We're nearly at the end, guys, so don't worry. It is going to go back to normal schedule soon. As to be honest, the schedule's out the window with United at the moment anyway, innit? News breaking every single minute, and that's what we do. Subscribe, make sure you're tuned in. You won't miss any news or any breaking news with Manchester United going on at all. I do apologise for not covering the Lenny Yoro situation earlier on, though. There were circumstances behind it. I was busy. I had to be somewhere very important. In fact, in court. And if there's one place that's going to take me away from content, then yes, Her Majesty's and all of that. No, it definitely was unavoidable and something that I have been dealing with. I just didn't accept that I was speeding. And I fought it, and then they took me to bleeding court. So I thought, you know what, stuff it. I'm going to just follow through with this. I'm just going to go all the way through and just see what happens at the end of it. I'm not having it. I was determined, and I went to court today. I'm going to fill you in on what happened later on. In fact, I'm going to put a poll up right now for you guys to decide in what actually happened to me in court today. Let's get on with the football. I'll come back to that in a little bit as well. But yes, I was taken away from my normal duties. So I'll get the poll up in the chat so you guys can decide amongst you what happened to me. Guys, obviously get the likes in as well, guys. Let's get another target going. Can we hit another 400 likes today on the show, guys? You've smashed every single target I've given you so far today. Let's make it a hat trick and get involved in the poll. We're having a little bit of fun alongside everything that's going on because I wasn't happy. No, I was in the dock. They had me there. I'm telling you now, when I got my mind on something, I feel like I've been wronged. I swear to God, don't get in the way. I will go all the way and make sure that I am proved right. Well, I'll let you decide on what actually happened today. But yeah, interesting anyway. So we'll come back to that soon. I'll let that roll out for a little bit. Lenny Yoro, we talked about this while I was on holiday, actually. We said there was a bid going in. Manchester United were looking at this. Now, last night, I feel, has determined what Manchester United have done today. Manchester United have gone in. Bid's been accepted. In fact, let's just read through what's actually been going down so far with Lenny Yoro. Obviously, the news broke earlier on that Manchester United's bid for Lenny Yoro, the Lille centre-back, 18-year-old wonder kid, superstar in the making, has been accepted. And they're pushing Lenny Yoro to go to Manchester United because it's the better deal. It's the better deal for Lille Football Club, basically. And Manchester United have gone straight to the club rather than the player. Do you look at this and say that Lenny Yoro has given Manchester United some sort of inclination that he's happy to come to the club? That's why they've gone all in. Like, this is no messing around here. This is bid in, bid accepted. But we obviously know about the links with Real Madrid. And this is why we sort of just calm the noise down with Lenny Yoro in terms of what was going to happen, whether him being a target or not. The realistic look on it was he wants to go Madrid. He said that himself. He also said that he wasn't keen being an 18-year-old coming to the Premier League. Now, whether the club can make him go to one club or not, I'm not too sure. I don't think that's even possible. I just go back to the days of Manchester United when City went to Spurs, and Spurs accepted a bid for Dimitar Berbatov. Next thing, Fergie's picking him up from the airport, and he's walking around Old Trafford. It happens. Things happen. Negotiations go down with the club. It's different to negotiations with a player. We know all that. Real Madrid will not, in capital letters, not go any higher in their attempts to land Lenny Yoro. The current offer for Yoro is less than half of what Manchester United have put forward. Really interesting. Another one from the Madrid side of things as well reads quite damning. There is total agreement between Lenny Yoro and Real Madrid, despite Lille's acceptance of Manchester United's offer. Now, it was said earlier on, Romano broke this. Well, Chris Wheeler broke it, and Romano was covering it earlier on, and his take on this was very, very clear. It was that, and I'll read it out now, Manchester United's formal bid worth over 42 million for Lenny Yoro is true and has been accepted by Lille today. Lille are insisting with Yoro to accept United as it's the best proposal on the table. Yoro has always given priority to Real Madrid, waiting for them. Decision up to Yoro now. He has to make his mind up on this one. Lenny Yoro has not decided whether he will join Manchester United or Real Madrid. That was from Florian Plettenberg. So, something has changed. Something has changed with Yoro. Now, it may not be what we want to hear. It may not happen yet. I'm not saying this is go. Throw everything at Lenny Yoro because he's now given us the word that he wants to come to Manchester United. But before this, it wasn't even thought of. Like, let's not even go near Lenny Yoro because Real Madrid have got their clause in, and when Real Madrid get a grip of a player, you usually just walk away from the situation. They're not going anywhere else. Why would Manchester United come in with a bid? Why are we going in strong for a player that clearly wants to go elsewhere? Now, we've done this once already, but not in as extreme circumstances with Joshua Zirkzee. We know he wanted to go to AC Milan. United have come in, they've gone down the agent road on that one. This time we've gone down the club road. We've gone right into Lille and give them an offer that they can't refuse. I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. And they've accepted it. So now we're in a kind of weird situation where United have got 3 bids on the table for 3 different centre-backs. In De Ligt, in Branthwaite, and obviously in Yoro now with Lille. So where do we go from here? Which one is true? Which one is actually going to come about and actually get the deal moving, basically? Because 17 million is all that Real Madrid has offered Lille for Lenny Yoro, and they're obviously not accepting that. Manchester United, straight out of the bag, bid accepted, done deal. It's less than what we would be paying for Jarrad Branthwaite. Some will say he's a better player than Jarrad Branthwaite. The only thing is, obviously, is his inexperience within the Premier League. Now, he's only 18 as well. Is that a bit of a rude awakening, let's say? Pardon the pun, with Rude being part of the coaching staff and all of that. Someone may have picked up on that, but no, pardon that. Is it a bit too much for an 18-year-old to be coming to the Premier League? If you're playing alongside Leacher and you've maybe got a Garte in front of you, then you feel quite strong, I would have thought. But what Lenny Yoro's deal does, 42 million, let me just go through the actual figures again on this one. To be 100%. So 42 million quid. That's what there. That's we were going to offer 50 million for Jarrad Branthwaite with all add-ons. United are looking at younger players. We know the profile of player that Manchester United are looking at under the new regime. It is a player under the age of 25. There's future investment into it. Jim Ratcliffe wants to find the next Kylian Mbappe, blah, 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 blah. Maybe this is the next Varane, but we got him early. Do you know what? When things happen with Real Madrid and there's a little sliver of a chance there to get a player, you know, sometimes if you want to be at that big table, you have to act like you belong at that big table. So United have just gone in and just threw a complete spanner in the works and said, you know what, there you go, there's the money, we want him. Does that show Lenny Yoro the full commitment of Manchester United, and that's why they're thinking that this is going to get it over the line? Real Madrid rate you at 17 million. We have just slapped 42 million on the table, and that's what we think. That's what we think you're worth. So what do you want to do from here? That's a decision now that Lenny Yoro's thinking about. Like his people, his agent, his representation will be looking at that and going, you do have to take that seriously, because that's them putting their cards well and truly on the table here. And that's Manchester United saying, we want you part of this club's future. Maybe in future they will be able to sell him to Real Madrid. Is he good enough to go right into that Real Madrid centre-back position? Better than Manchester United? That's another debate again altogether. But it's a high-pressure role whichever club he goes to. The two biggest clubs in the world, basically. Yes, one is winning every trophy under the sun at the moment, and one is scraping by winning cups. But Manchester United are on the verge of turning the page and coming back to the glory days. And Lenny Yoro, by the time he's 22, could be picking up Champions Leagues with Manchester United and Premier Leagues. God, there's a clip and a quote right there from everyone, isn't there? Yes, I know it's a long way off, but we can get there. We can get there. 4 years, the lad's 22. Jesus, just think of that. Let that sink in. DJ John T, not seen you for a while, mate. 7 months a member, and in with the super sticker and the comments. I've got a good feeling for this summer. Glory, glory, Man United. Welcome to the chat, mate. I am coming to the chat in a second to get your thoughts on Mr Yoro himself and what you think we should do and what you think this means, more importantly, to this whole situation and this transfer. Because I still feel like he's going to go to Real Madrid. I think we're going to walk away and not bid for Branthwaite. I think the deal for Branthwaite pretty much is dead. There's a chance here that Lenny Yoro comes and we can just give the middle finger up to Everton and say, you had your chance, see you later. That would be the most awesome outcome we could get out of this. That would be the best for me. That would be the brilliant outcome for Manchester United. To get Lenny Yoro over the line in at Manchester United, an 18-year-old, up-and-coming, fantastic player. He'll be on decent wages. He'll be alongside the likes of Garnacho and Mainu. And wow, we have got a future backline there, haven't we? We have. And you know what? Another French centre-back coming through from the academy in Willy Cambuala. Just to ease him in. You know what? Fantastic. Manchester United looking to invest in the future of the football club. When have we ever said that so much in one transfer window like we have this one? It's absolutely brilliant news for Manchester United fans, I feel, and we should be jumping all over this. Did Barca not accept a bid for De Jong and he didn't want to come? Seems like deja vu to me. You know what? I said it, Berbatov with City. It's the same thing. No, Lenny Yoro, because United have had a bid accepted, doesn't have to come to the football club. It is solely up to him. He can wait it out. He can try and force his club to actually make this happen with Real Madrid and accept the lower price. Or Manchester United can do what they have been doing and getting into the player. Come on, Erik. Get on that blower again, son. You're going to have to get making phone calls to try and convince Lenny. Look, we've put money on the table here for you. This is what we think. This is how much we value you. They don't value you. It's simple. Yeah, glitz and glamour. If we're not in the Champions League within a couple of years, we'll gladly sell you to Real Madrid. There's a clause there. What do you think? Come and develop. Come and be part of the history of Manchester United, getting back to the glory days. I'm trying to sell it myself here. I'm trying to actually convince Lenny Yoro as a Ten Hag to come to Manchester United. But you've got to try and do something right now. So, yeah, I feel like we're on, what I say, 60-40 Madrid right now. That's where I'm at. Because United wouldn't have put a bid in unless they had some idea of where Lenny Yoro was going or leaning to, or a bit of uncertainty with the Madrid situation. Does he want game time? Like when Jude Bellingham was at Manchester United at 17 and he wanted confirmed game time at the football club. Can United offer more to Lenny Yoro than what Real Madrid can? That's what you've got to think about as well in these situations. What are we putting on the table to try and convince him to come to the football club? Because Real Madrid to United right now, it's night and day in terms of what's happening on the pitch and the success. We know this. So I look at it and I just go, look, if things are not right, this is how I would approach it. Within a certain amount of time, then you can go back. We can sell you on. There will be a release clause, so you know that you're safe and you can be bought if someone else comes in for you and things like that. So just make it happen. You're going to have to sweeten it up for him. Let's just see what else we've got here in the chat. Let's get into this now. De Jong said, no, Yoro hasn't really, don't value him enough to pay. They want him free next year. That's just like 1 year left in his contract. This is playing a big part in this. Like, the fee is not a lot. Manchester United have pushed the button because they're not going to get anywhere near this amount. Real Madrid can wait. United can't. Madrid can wait a season. Man United need a centre-back now. We need 2. We're clearly going for 2. Like we talked this morning again, like twice I've said it now about the amount of money Manchester United are looking to spend, but that 200 million may be coming down now. And then we went to Tony at lunchtime and said, do we buy Tony as well? Manchester United going for Lenny Yoro and not having to push out for Gerard Branthwaite could be the difference in bringing in Lenny Yoro and Ivan Toney, or another forward, or another midfielder this summer. That's how important a decision this is for Manchester United. And I think they've looked at all angles of this and gone, yeah, this works better for us. This works miles better for us, actually. So let's push on to this. Let's see how far we can take this. Let's test the resolve of Lenny Yoro. That's what we're going to be doing now. It seems bad putting this more pressure on an 18-year-old, but still, you've got to do what you've got to do. And I'm loving the way that Manchester United are operating right now. They're not scared that a player has put his name to certain clubs like Zirkzee Milan, Yoro Madrid. They're still going to put bids in. They're still fighting for him. That's what it's about. That's what Manchester United used to be. Remember us? Yeah, we used to be a powerhouse at one day, back in the day. Why don't you come back and help us become that again? Just reminding everybody that Manchester United did used to be a power in the world of football. So, yeah. Let's just see what happens from there. But get your comments in. I'm coming in now for that. I'm from Uganda, live about Yoro to Manchester United. Today's, yeah, hopefully this does happen. Again, we're up in the air with this one. Like, we know the definites with Matthijs de Ligt. We know the definites with Zirkzee. Agate bid is gone in as well. But Lenny Yoro and Branthwaite, between the two, one or the other. I mean, guys, where do you think it is going to go, actually? Let's finish up the poll in terms of my court case, shall we? Let's see. The three options were 3 points and a fine, walking out laughing, has to get the bus with Rashford. Basically, is Adam a bus wanker? Let's finish up that poll now, and I'll tell you the results straight away. Yeah, guys, I walked out laughing, of course. I won. I'm not going to go into details, but it just proves that if you believe in something and you go for it, you can make it happen. So I walked out of Greater Manchester Magistrates Court today with a spring in my step. I missed all the news, but I'm back now talking about it. I'll take a little bit of a hit and not get in there to you guys with the news for actually beating the, let's say, the speeding ticket system or whatever you want to call it. But yeah. Right, so let's get another poll going up. Let's see, what should we do? Well, let's just go straight into it. Lenny Yoro, Madrid or Manchester United? We'll get that poll up in a second. But guys, let's get into your chat as well now. Neil says, Madrid just spent huge on Mbappe, his bonuses, and are in for Davis from Bayern. How can they afford more? They're not. They don't need to buy him, mate. That's what they're doing, Neil. They're just dangling the carrot for another 18-year-old. It's like Hendrick. Go back on loan or go back and then come back next year. They're just making signings happen on the cheap, knowing that players want to go to him. It's like Yoro is ready to turn down the chance of playing first-team football for Manchester United to wait a year to go to Real Madrid. And they know this. They know that this is the situation right now, Madrid. So that's what we're up against. Guys, give the video a like as well. Please hit that subscribe button as well. You won't miss any up-and-coming news then with Manchester United. The poll is up in the chat now, guys. Where will Yoro go this summer? Madrid, United, stay where he is. Get voting now. Babs is in. A long time ago and only 3 points ever. Speedometer doesn't go up in ones, but I thought it was unfair. Yep, sorry, Babs. They do you over, don't they? Anyone that thinks he won't join United is not a United fan. Well, that's sweet. I mean, everyone can be realistic with it as well. We know the allure of Real Madrid. We know what they bring. So you also have to look at that situation and go, yeah, I can understand why a young player who is wanted by Madrid and knows that Madrid want him would wait. He's young. He's got plenty of time to make a decision. The issue is, Lille know that they are going to get ripped off by Real Madrid next summer because Madrid don't want him this season. They want to take him for a free. They will offer peanuts this summer in hope that no one else comes in because Yoro only wants to go to them. United have just, like I said, they threw a spanner in the works and now it's made the whole situation a little bit more confusing for Lille and Yoro. Has his head been turned by all of this talk with Manchester United? We will see in the coming days. I'm sure we will find out. This is a deal that obviously can get done now because obviously Lenny Yoro isn't competing in any of the international tournaments which have halted Manchester United's summer so far. So yeah, let's looking at that. You've got to say, Manchester United have got a chance. We have got a chance. But yes, into other news as well. I want to move on from the Yoro one. Keep your comments coming in on it. I'll keep reading them out and get involved in the chat as well. But yes, Juventus apparently are trying to sell players. Manchester United, we spoke yesterday, have turned down the offer of taking Chiesa. Thank God for that. Like, seriously, that would have been a massive dead end for Manchester United taking Chiesa. But they're looking to sell players to try and pay the 40 million which United are insisting on for Jadon Sancho. So that's where we're at with that one right now. Jadon Sancho, we talked yesterday, wants to hold out for Juventus. He's turned down 2 bids from other clubs. Doesn't want to go to them clubs. Prefers to go to Serie A and Juventus. And he's waiting out. But Juventus may have to move players around. How long this drags on and how awkward it makes it for Manchester United in keeping Sancho around, time will tell. I think Juventus are trying to play their card here in forcing Manchester United to drop the price because they know that we don't want Sancho around. And if you need to speed things up, obviously you have to drop the value. There's not a chance in hell if this drags on, Jadon Sancho goes out on loan. No, not a chance in hell that this goes anywhere. Sancho goes anywhere near that tour. 100%, I say. But we'll see on that one. Stranger things have happened with United, as we've seen over this summer so far. But yes, moving on to Mason Greenwood. There is more of an update on him as well regarding the situation with Marseille right now. A report coming out from TalkSports and Alex Crook was there is some haggling to be done about how the 27 million fee that Marseille have offered for Mason Greenwood will be paid. The French side are not in a position where they can pay it up front. Surprise, surprise, no. Like, I don't think anyone in League One, unless you're in the Champions League getting that money, is in a position to pay straight up front. I don't think surely United were expecting the Mason Greenwood money to come straight up. There's no way. United probably wouldn't do that, so why? You know what I mean? It's stupid to even think of it. Manchester United and Bayern Munich defender Matthijs de Ligt have reached a verbal agreement on personal terms, indicating a strong interest from the player to join Manchester United. Despite this agreement, negotiations between the two clubs are ongoing, with no official offer yet made by Manchester United to Bayern Munich. De Ligt is reportedly made his intentions clear to Bayern Munich, expressing his desire to move to Manchester United. Bayern Munich is said to be demanding a transfer fee of 50-60 million. The transfer saga continues as both clubs navigates the complexities of finalising the deal. That is where we're at with Matthijs de Ligt. No real issues there. I suppose the question is, if Lenny Yoro is coming into Manchester United, or Manchester United did manage to bring Jared Branthwaite in, who is number one? Who starts with Martinez? If Yoro comes in at 18, can United even offer him game time? Because if we're all in for Matthijs de Ligt, then he will want that starting berth at Manchester United. He will demand to play in that starting lineup for Manchester United. And that, I feel, is a problem that we will have to try and get around as well going forward. And do you know what? I still think Lenny Yoro will be sat on the bench. I think he's sat on the bench whichever way he goes right now, Lenny Yoro. I think if he goes to United, if we buy de Ligt, I think he's on the bench. And you guys tell me. I think a lot of you would put him straight in the starting lineup, but I think that either Branthwaite or Yoro coming in, I still feel like Matthijs de Ligt, being the senior footballer, would think he goes straight into that starting lineup for Manchester United. So, yeah, that's how I see it happening. In terms of Branthwaite and all of this as well now, guys, honestly, like, do you feel like, I'm getting the comments on this one, do you feel like this is a scare tactic from United? Do you feel like they're pushing Everton into making a decision and United can say, look, what's happening with Yoro, we just want to walk away? Like, do you have control of your player or not? They sort of hold the cards in this situation now, United, so they look like the good guys, whichever way it goes. They will put the full bid. It's been accepted. United should be able to talk to Lenny Yoro now. And moving past that, obviously, Manchester United now can just walk away from it and say, if it doesn't come right, if it doesn't go right, so look, we bid for the player, the money's there. I think Lenny Yoro will drag on enough to get a full-on verdict or response from Everton in this. I think this is the play. I think this is the play on it all. But yes. Right, let's check up on some other news coming in as well quickly. As it comes in, we talk about it. More news from Fabrizio Romano, which is just coming in the last few minutes. Manchester United are ready to complete a deal for Joshua Zirkzee in the coming days. The contract will be valid until June 2019. Formal steps with Bologna to follow this week. Zirkzee, like we've been talking about in detail forever and a day now, it seems, is pretty much done. And he will be signed this week for Manchester United. We talked earlier on about Tony as well, and if we can bring him in. Again, this whole situation, like I said before, helps Manchester United. Like, buying Yoro and not Branthwaite opens up the avenue, I feel, for another signing. That, I think, is how United are approaching this. It's like, we'll take Branthwaite, but if you don't drop your price and make us look like winners in this situation, we are happy to walk away looking good, like we're organised. And you know what? We've probably got a better deal over here. So, yeah, 2029, guys. 29, not 19. Sorry about that. Right, let's end that poll. Most of you think Lenny Yoro will go to Manchester United. Surprised at that. I thought a few would actually look at it and go, no way. He can't turn Madrid down, can he? Young player like that. But no, you confident United fans. Is this just confidence because of how Manchester United are moving around in the transfer window now? Do you feel upbeat in it? Don't forget, guys, tonight we're on the watch-along, Spain v France, and obviously tomorrow for England. I have got a link in the live chat there. Click on that, guys. Make sure that you join us later on. We're kicking off around about 7:45 tonight on the watch-along, so make sure you're involved there, guys. Adam, it seems your show has been infiltrated by rival fans because their own clubs are shower of shite. MC, who would it be? Who is that club? What price would Yoro cost us as he is out of contract either this year or next? 42 million, mate, because we've got no chance of getting him next summer, so we have to go big and bold this summer. United's hand has been forced by Everton turning down another bid for Jared Branthwaite. So United, I feel, have countered it. I do. I think they've countered it, and they're waiting for a reaction now out of Branthwaite and that situation there. I feel like that's what the game is here, and that's what the play is from it. Barbara says, this is all... one second. I'll get you up again now, Bob. You've just gone off my screen. This is all very exciting. Can't wait for the new season to forget the last one. We'll talk about what Ten Hag was talking about, and he's got quotes from his first interview after obviously signing his new deal at Manchester United. He's been talking about the whole craziness of the summer as well. So, yeah, we'll bring that up as well. But there is another poll up right now. Who's joining us for TIFO? Yes, can't wait. Not tonight, sorry. Tell me more. I'll tell you more. I've just said it. The link is right above the poll, guys, in the live chat. Click on it, completely free. Join us on our watch-along platform. France versus Spain tonight. England versus Holland tomorrow. We may see the last action for De Ligt and Zirkzee. Well, they've not played much at all, but we may see the last action for Holland tomorrow. Hopefully, England can bring it home and get us to a final. And then... got you, Tom. No problem. And then... we can get on with getting these deals wrapped up for De Ligt and Zirkzee. At least get two out of the way. And then we know where we stand with everyone else. I think United feel like they need to get a deal done now. I think it's been long enough with all of the big news breaking and the continuous talks going on. Zirkzee looks this week. I think we can get a deal done with Bayern Munich. That's looking confident there for De Ligt. So I think we will get wind of some serious here we goes by the end of this week. Definitely if England win tomorrow. So we'll be cheering England on even more so tomorrow in that game, just so we can get Holland back home and get these deals over the line. I think that's where we're at with it. Will England get through? I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it yet. We'll deal with that all tomorrow. It's going to be a nerve-wracking day. Zirkzee and De Ligt is done, basically. Yes, Dwight, they are. All Yoro needs to do is just sign up, and it's done. Yes, simple as that. Say yes to United, sign a contract, and this will move quickly. This will probably move quicker than Zirkzee. If Yoro came out tonight and said, I want to join United, agreed the contract, United would have this wrapped up this week. All finished. No problem at all. The bid's been accepted already. This would be the fastest moving transfer of the summer, but we've got to get to that stage yet, guys. We are a bit off it. We've got to convince the player first of all. Who've we got in United's team that's French that can go over there and start talking to him and convincing him? Let's get Willie on the phone and get him in. Look, mate, we can be the future centre-back partnership for Manchester United. The French duo at the centre of the defence. This is the future for us, mate. Let's get someone talking to him anyway. Boxing says Yoro in. I don't think anyone has got an issue with the player. Like, every United fan right now is actually buzzing to a point where I'm loving the names that are coming out. We're bidding on the right players. I just said it a minute ago there, though. I feel like at least next week we're going to have to get a here we go on at least 1, 2 maybe, to convince the fan base that, yes, this isn't all just talk. I mean, it is official. The bids are actually going in, though, so we can't ignore the fact that Ineos are doing their bit. Ineos have bid for De Ligt. They've bid for Zirkzee and Yoro and Branthwaite and apparently Agate as well. So 5 players right now Manchester United are in negotiations for. That's unheard of in a transfer window for Manchester United. I can't remember ever dealing with this situation over the last 10 years and being this organised and feeling organised about it as well. That's what it feels like as a United fan right now. And again, like, we don't make these signings happen right now after all this talk. How disappointed will you actually be? It's a weird one to answer because we feel like the deals are done and everyone is talking the same way. Like, it does feel like they are done. But if we ended up just saying, look, stop taking the piss and walked away from all of them and then went for another target, how would it make you feel? Does it make you feel like we've got control over Manchester United again? Like, we are actually moving in the direction we should be? It's a weird one because, personally, I want to get... Like I said, the jury's out on Zirkzee, the jury's out on De Ligt, the jury's out on Branthwaite, and I think Agate's the probably one dead cert out of all of this for me. Out of all the players that we've been talking to, I think like the one I would feel more confident coming straight into the first team is Agate. Everything else is a bit of a up in the air, if but maybe sort of player, isn't it? Like Yoro, as good as he is, 18, Premier League, you can understand why he said before, and has been quoted saying before, he doesn't think going to the Premier League at the age of 18 is the right move for him. I get that. I do get that. I understand it. He's probably seen younger players go by the by before. I feel like Real Madrid want him for 17 million and would happily let him play out another year at Lille in France. And that would keep them happy. They get money. They get another year with him. They could maybe use him to get higher up the league and league earn. You just don't know. You just don't know. I speak French. Allez le rouge. Well done, Babs. Yoro has more chance to play. Louise, totally disagree with the comment that Palm made, which is Glazonomics out still. I do disagree as well with that one. Lots has been done and lots more in the process. Do you know what? Half of us that are sort of like excited by this feel like we just want to get something over the line so we can actually go back to the people that are saying, look, it's still the Glazers, it's still the same thing, it's all the talk and there's no walking. I get it. I do. Like, we just want something to happen now just so we can say to them people, we told you, like, just be patient. It does look like it's so close. But we're literally clinging on to the last days right now. We feel like a deal is so close to being finalised that we just need that announcement. It needs to be done. That's what all United fans right now who are getting excited by all of this talk want. We just want to be able to tell the haters, look, there you go, settle down now. This is real, and Man United are moving forward. I'd be happy with Yoro, Agate, Branthwaite and Tony. It's a good summer, that, actually. It's a good shout, boxing. That is a good summer. Yoro, Agate, Branthwaite. Yeah, that answers a lot of questions for us going forward. Well done for beating the system. Nice one. Cheers for that, mate. Why are no other clubs... Why are there no other clubs in for Branthwaite? Yoro would expect to start if we sign him. We need to actually see some exits happen. Any news on outgoings? We did just talk about him earlier on in Jadon Sancho. Juventus want him. They are happy to pay the 40 million, it seems, for Jadon Sancho that United want. But they need to move players on first. They need to make sales. So that is still up in the air. Manchester United... negotiating with Marseille over how the structure of the 27 million for Mason Greenwood is paid. That's where we're at with that one as well. Anything else? Still waiting around. Manchester United are actively trying to push Victor Lindelof out of Manchester United as well. They want him gone. This is the make way, I feel, to bring in the two centre-backs. This is where Manchester United's angle is on this one. And yeah, you've got to look at one of these centre-backs at least that are at the club now going. It won't be Willy Cambuala. We know that Evans is just a one-year deal. It has to be Lindelof or Maguire. And my money's always on Victor Lindelof. I think we'll get more money for Maguire, and I'm not bothered if we sell both. I would sell both and bring two new ones in. I think we're all right in that situation. The free membership on offer. If we get to 200 likes, get onto that. Honest Tiger is in the chat all over that right now on the poll. It's 27% of you want to know more about TIFO and the Watch Along platform. Just above the poll, guys, there is a pinned chat. In that chat, there is a link. Click on that link and it will take you straight through to the TIFO platform where we do our Watch Alongs. Next season, guys, it is going to be epic. I'm telling you now, for nothing, that it's going to be fantastic, the watch-along setup for United. And we start the United watch-alongs on Monday for our first pre-season game, guys. So hopefully you're all involved in that. There is links all over. The mods are pushing it out as well. Yoro isn't starting for Madrid, though, is he? If we can get in his head, sell him the dream and guarantee him more playing time that he would get otherwise, then it is there for the taking. It's more than there for the taking, Gaza, but do you think De Ligt's going to sit it out to Yoro, an 18-year-old? This is the problem we've got right now in buying two centre-backs. I don't think Yoro comes straight into the team. Can we offer him a certain amount of game time? I'm sure we could put that on the table for Lenny Yoro. And I'm sure he'd be happy to accept a certain amount at Manchester United. I agree with you. I don't think he does go right into that Real Madrid side. It would be like a year out for him. That's what it would be. So, looking at it, United do hold some cards in all of this. I agree. And I do think that Manchester United can get this deal over the line. They do have to use the Ten Hag on the phone convincing factor again, though, to try and get Lenny Yoro in at Manchester United. That's a dead cert. It's going to be difficult with what's happened, but still, we do need to play what cards we've got. We do. Ten Hag has been talking, guys. First interview post FA Cup, contract extension, changing of structure, all new staff coming in, everything like that. Apparently it was Ten Hag now that pushed for Ruud van Nistelrooy to come in as a coach at Manchester United. It was all on him. The relationship between Ruud van Nistelrooy and Erik Ten Hag, we all know, has been there for a while. Ruud van Nistelrooy has got a great relationship with Ten Hag. He rates him highly, one of the best Dutch managers out there. That's what we've got with Ruud van Nistelrooy, and that's why he wants to come to Manchester United. Ten Hag has convinced him also, and I think Ruud van Nistelrooy has come in has seen the opportunity and will look at it and go, you know what, we can. I can better myself at Manchester United. You know what? One day that job might be there if things go wrong. We've said all of this before, but it was Ten Hag, in fact, that made this happen and pushed for this. I've not heard much on Rennie Hark right now in terms of who the idea was to bring him in. I'm guessing, again, it will be Ten Hag. So Ineos have fully backed Ten Hag in bringing his staff in. He's also talked about the excitement of working alongside Jason Wilcox and Dan Ashworth. I mean, come on, you've got to be excited about working with a decent structure after working with Murto and Arnold for 2 years. So, yeah, I'm not surprised that Erik ten Hag is fully on board with this. I'd be excited if I was ten Hag working with this new structure. It's like he said today, it's like it feels like there is a different vibe around Manchester United. It feels like we've got a bit of momentum. You can feel it in the air. And when you see them players that were injured last season walking back into pre-season training, having had so much time off, and Ten Hag did say, like, these players look like they're rejuvenated now. They look like they've had that rest after last season, and they've come back looking fitter, looking stronger. And there's some big players that are returning to Manchester United that are not in international tournaments this summer that really do need to prove a point. And Ten Hag getting all of them in. 2 of them in being Mason Mount, who we've seen pictures of him talking to at Carrington. He needs a massive season. Marcus Rashford goes without saying what he needs to do this season, more than anybody else at the football club. He'll have Luke Shaw back fit. He'll have Lisandro Martinez back fit. And you know what? Hopefully, like we've just been talking now, the possibility of actually having some new signings in the place as well. The club have backed him in moving Mason Greenwood out. Sancho's not near the place at the moment, so that's another headache that he doesn't have to worry about. And it does look like he's been given the tools in the coaching side of things as well. He should be absolutely beaming from ear to ear right now, Ten Hag, with the setup that he's got at Manchester United. And hopefully he can make something of it. And let's see. I think we're all excited to see what team lines up against City on that Community Shield Day. That will give us a good idea going into the following week against Fulham at Old Trafford. But yeah, I feel now, once this weekend is done and the Euros is over, that it's full throttle. Like the day after the Euros finishes, Man United are playing. That will be, here we go, season's back mode straight away. Proper pre-season is here. And you watch. I bet it just goes bang, 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 bang. Targets in, targets in, targets in. That's what's going to happen now after this weekend. I'm convinced of it. If all this smoke has been busting out of these doors and these windows and there's no flames after all of this and we don't sign anyone next week, I am going to feel a bit flat. I have said before, like, look, I still feel confident if we're walking away from deals if they don't actually fit Manchester United. Yeah, that's good, but still you are going to feel a little bit deflated if nothing comes of all of this, because it has been an exciting week. It's been a really positive week for Manchester United, I feel, and I think moving forward, looking into the other end of this transfer window, I don't think anything's above us. Man United just going in and putting that money in for Yoro, putting another bid in for Branthwaite, hopefully walking away from it, convincing Zirkzee to come to United when he wanted to stay in Italy, paying that agent's fee, getting a player that they know is worth the money. It just seems like it's not money for nothing anymore. It seems like there is structure. It seems like there is a plan behind what Manchester United are doing in the transfer window. And that's something that we've not had for a very long time. And I'm going to stick by it. I'm putting my neck on the line in saying that Ineos are turning United around, and we are going to get all of these signings through the door. Quickly, let's get through your comments before we wrap up the video. Get all of your questions and comments in right now. 3-1-4-2 Martinez de Ligt, Yoro. 3 at the back. Wingers, wingbacks. Need them in for pre-season. It will be class. It would, getting signings in. Just hope Zirkzee doesn't play tomorrow. I don't think he will, Babs. Does Erik ten Hag know Yoro is not Dutch? Shh, no one tell Erik. Good point, actually, Jonathan. That will be... I know we've got Agate on pretty much on the hook right now, but yeah, everything else is very orange. It would be nice to get a bit of a mix of colours in there, wouldn't it? And get someone else through the door. No more square pegs in round holes, Babs says. Simon, just do the opposite to the Glazers. Simple. The Glazers actually bought marquee signings, and a lot of fans are actually happy with that sort of thing. By the way, guys, thank you so much. 200 likes in the bag. Lou later is the beneficiary of that because, as he promised, on 200, he has donated the membership. The Honest Tiger, thank you very much, my friend. Kerwin says, I want Lenny Yoro over Branthwaite. He is better for how we are trying to play, and he is better on the ball and pressure resistant, and he's faster than Branthwaite. 2 good players, but hey, Yoro at 18. Just think of that, the longevity in that deal. Madness. Absolute madness. Guys, I am going to be flying across to Tifo. The link is right there in the chat, in the description as well. Please do make sure that you hit the like button on the way out. Thank you. Make sure you're up to date with all Manchester United news. Doing that is easy. You just have to subscribe, make sure your notifications are on, and that's all it takes. I will be all over every single bit of news unless I'm in court. But I got off. So it's all good today. It's all good. I'm a bit late on this one and talking about it, but we've got it done. We've got through it. It's now time to concentrate on international football again, sadly. Firstly, Gaza P, welcome to the Members Club. That was donated by Tom Porter. Thank you, Tom. Legend, as always. We passed over the 200 like mark, guys. Great show, as always. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like the video. Share the video as well. Get your comments in below as well, guys. I'm going in now for the next 30 minutes replying to comments in all 3 of today's videos. I've just been a bit busy today, as I described earlier on. But I'm back now, so let's get right into it. Enjoy the game. Join us for Spain versus France, guys. Get in on Tifo. Get in the chat. We're going to talk more about United there as well. So let's go get everything done, guys, and let's get on with it. I love you all. Thank you so much. I will see you all over on Tifo, hopefully. Let's go and have a good watch along and have a great evening, guys. Time to crack a beer, I think. What an epic day. Cheers, everybody. I'll see you later. Have a good one.